Let's see if we can get it going. Well, well, well. That seems to work at least, or something. Yeah. That one off. Right. Good. Right. So, nice to see you all. I mean, not that there's that much to see right now, but I have no idea what this is, mech-wise, to be quite honest. It's a mech. I have no idea what it is, but it's a mech. Let's have some fun with that, shall we? God, I need to organize my desk. There's way too much stuff sitting around here right now. Way too many things. Way too many things. Should we be funny and just paint a Starling defense mech, perhaps? Wouldn't that be about the laziest? About the laziest you can imagine, I guess. I guess it would. Those were kind of fun. Nothing else from the whole reason of Starling defense, of course, the battle schemes being green. You know, that's not a bad idea actually. I mean, sometimes you have to just relax. Like I mentioned, I have nothing in order here. Oh, there. I think it's actually working. I have no idea. Let's see. Oh, yeah, things are actually working. That's nice. Great. Right. So, Crypt Wraith, always good. I have these 3 greens and a test out for other projects. Why not test on this mech? I was like, I have Commander Green, and I need to find a good complement chorus for that. For highlights for Dog Talk, I found Witch Brew, which it has a touch of reddish in it, and then Crypt Wraith, which is just green. Just shake them! I need a Vortex Mixer, but I don't have a Vortex Mixer. I don't need the Vortex Mixer. I am the Vortex Mixer. Yeah, anyway, that's the way it is. Want some green. Some green. I want some more green. Oh dear. Let's shake a bit more. Ah! Har har. Yes, I know the comments. Don't even pretend like I don't. If you don't get it, good, and you're a pure soul. That's better at least. Better, he said. Better. Actually, I've used Witch Brew. It's a odd green, very yellowish, almost. Like, well, I don't know. It's very odd for a color. Right then, let's just paint a little mech then, shall we? I'm just gonna do this easiest, so use this base use testing for future purposes. So yeah, drab green. Why drab green? Well, because it is what it is. Drab green is a drab green. Yeah, as I mentioned before, we have blind boxes now. And we're going to do a few videos in rapid succession with those because, well, they're fun. And I'm not necessarily sure I can wait long enough to do a slow pull of them. So yeah, it's going to be a few rapid onset videos for that. And hopefully you all like it. You seem to like the one that's up now. I mean, that's a fun one. It's a bit awkward, but kind of fun. This gives me strong Dark Angels flashbacks. I used to collect Dark Angels back when I still did 40k as a war game. Because, well, they were the edgy Space Marines. You would think that as a Scandinavian they would go with the Space Wolves, but everyone else with Space Wolves. So I was like, no, I'm going to do the edgy boys. And I mean, they are edgy, but those are so dumb. The Dark Angels are probably among the dumbest Space Marines in existence. It's not necessarily their fault, but they are not particularly right. Stubborn. Dutiful. But not all that bright. No one is gonna ever accuse them of being all that bright. Because they're not. Oh dear. Yeah. It's ready. It's gonna toss it on the table now. Okay. Maybe not. Speaking of that, I have actually haven't seen it yet because the video isn't out yet, but if you watch this you get a little sneak peek of one of the mechs that ended up in my line box. Open the next blind box. Yes, it's Dasher. Now you know. When the Who's That Mech game comes up, you know one of them. The other one ain't talking. Also have some nice Minotaurs. From Artisan Guild. Printed those today. Are printing some dwarfs now that you can hear in the background. If you can hear it, I'm not entirely sure if you can hear it, but if you can hear it, you can hear it. I also printed these. These will be hard to show off because they're like very big and they do this weird thing where I put them in the light because the resin is chromatic. But they're trolls. Big as trolls. I mean, size-wise, it's wonderful. I should do it around it, but there are no aliens in the Battletech universe. No aliens. Not even bird people. That's a joke, by the way. Very specific joke in that regard. I can't even remember what they called. I don't say a cockra, but that's dragons. I can't remember. Bird people, at least. Now what happens when you don't have a proper lore manual for people to read? Bird people happens. And then you have to try and explain bird people. I like how they did with the Somerset Strikers, though. I should actually paint up a set of Somerset Strikers, because, well, I should. They're very colorful, very colorful. Colorful. Sorry, but it's stuffy on your nose. They are colorful. Should really do that. That would be funny. Should print them. I'm not getting resin in. Should print Somerset Strikers. Anyway, for those unaware, there was a Battletech cartoon. And it revolved around this multinational unit called the Somerset Strikers. And I guess we could say that it played fast and loose with lore, creating a few issues. Do you know how to solve that? This is pretty smart, actually. Retroactively, they went in and said, well, yeah, first Somerset Strikers is an in-universe cartoon. Piece of propaganda. That's pretty funny. That is properly funny, actually. It works too, but it's properly funny. That is how you do it. Just have to wait for it to dry. I should have more models prepared, but I don't. I only have this little guy. I don't even know what this is. I have no clue what mech this is, and I don't have the cards with me either. If you know, do tell, because I have no idea at all. In the slightest. But it's a mech, nonetheless. Oh well, let's finish out a dry brush. Dry brush. Technically, I don't think this is a dry brush, but it's... No, it's technically a vehicle terrain brush, but it's a dry brush. I don't have a dry brush somewhere. It's just a water brush. It's a Pandora hobby brush. But yeah, it's, you can see it's done. Mostly done. Are you done yet? Speaking of being done. No, it's not done. I mean, not much you can do about that, is there? Anyway, also, I wish we'd have better camera views. But it's like, I can either can get on with this. It's also sort of slanted, I can see. Why is it that? There you go. I can either keep up with this one, or I could save for like half a year and get a proper camera. Or I can get a better 3D printer. Trust me when I say I am tempted to go with the second one on that one. But let's see if we can figure out what kind of mech this is what we need to drive. So yeah, we are fishing out the almighty iPad. Not because I can't be arsed to reach it with my computer. And I think that one is from the Star League. Star League box. Let's see if we can find. It's the command level 2 I have. It's the command level 1. Yeah, here it is. Let's see. It's a Mercury, perhaps? It's a Mercury. Never think I ever saw that. So what is a Mercury then? It's an old mech, 2742, and it's replaced for the aging Wasp and Stingers. Okay, that makes sense. It's a light mech. It has 20 tons of weight. It's got 2 medium lasers and 2 small lasers. Not too bad actually. I mean, it's basically a short-range missile pack away from a Jenner. Which is kind of scary in its own right. Did it ever do anything? Nope. It did not do anything, and I would actually hold to that this model is probably... Right, never mind. It's not the ugliest one, it's the original design, and holy heck! Oh dear lord. Yeah, so this is the Black Knight, the Exterminator, the Highlander, the King Crab, and the Sentinel, and the Mercury. Exterminator, how does that look? Oh, that's that one! Do I have that one? Pretty sure I have it somewhere. Oh, it's... Yeah, it's that one. I have no idea where I put that one. Might have misplaced it. What is the other one then? Who knows? The Sentinel, perhaps. Yep. Yeah, that's the one that basically looks like a slightly scaled up Hollander. Is it perhaps related to Hollander? No, because this has a smaller gun actually. I wonder if it's related to the Hollander. Probably not, but I mean, the Hollander, for those who don't know, is basically a walking gauze cannon. I think it's a gauze cannon. I mean, it's basically a gun on legs. Oh well. That is what it is. I can't remember what the other one contains. Can't look that up. Oh, a crab, a crockett, a flashman, and a guillotine, a lancelot, and a mongoose. That was not even remotely interesting, actually. Anyway, so yeah, a Mercury. Trust me, I did not get the pack for that one. Nothing wrong with it, it's a nice little mech, but yeah, I did not get the pack for that one. No, sorry, Bob. Let's do some light dry brushing on this one. If that works. Let's see. Yeah, it does actually work. I don't know if you can see it because this camera does not have the greatest range, but it's actually doing something. Applying a sort of nice. You thought I was joking when I said I was going to do some green. Oh. Wasn't joking. Green it will be. I was going to sneeze. I blew on top of my head. Allergies. They are the greatest. Simply the greatest. It's one of these catch me 2 months, but I can have the window open in order to be able to run the 3D printer. But by doing that, I invite all manner of horrible things from the outside. So I mean, it's a sort of damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. And I do need to run the 3D printer because, well, I was 2/3 through that print that's all right now when the power went out. And some people live in areas where you cannot plan for that, but here the power hasn't been out for like years, so it was a bit of a surprise. Was not ready for that, so it killed the whole print. Had to start it all over again. Not particularly happy about that. But that's what it is. It is what it is. In the end of it, by the end of it. One moment, I need to roll over and make sure that things are still looking decent. Probably not be a bit more. Are things going on the way they should be? Yeah, things are going good. Unless let's say you have any. Also, terribly sorry, Steven Cross, I missed your comment. I actually chatted it up for some reason. Well, that is what it is. Yeah, great panels on a historic defense like that is actually not a bad idea. I'm going to add some panel detailing instead. Oh, it's a good day when you forget to put the brush behind the ear. Great. Great, great, great. Now I'm going to try and put some ever so gentle edge highlights on this thing just to make things pop a bit. Because it does. Alright, well, yeah. So, also forgot to turn myself off. I have to check the volume and I started hearing myself. That is, if you haven't done recordings anytime, when you hear yourself, you're not ready for it. It's very perturbing. It's one of these things where like, oh, something doesn't feel right. You can actually, in fact, completely disrupt someone by replaying what they're saying with a bit of delay to it. It's a terribly disorienting feeling. Because like you hear yourself, and you're not used to that, and then all of a sudden you also try to react to hearing yourself. And then you end up with like a very weird situation, basically. So yeah, if you ever want to peacefully disrupt someone when they're talking, replaying what they say back at them. It's a good technique to do that. I'm not entirely sure you would actually need that, but it is a surprisingly useful technique. Goes well together with the traditional technique of talking over people. It's a very good technique to learn. When people won't shut up, just talk over them. Most people then lose their train of thought and you are successful. It's not a nice thing to do, but it's a useful thing. But yeah, I should probably actually at some point do a good solid Star League lance. Because, I mean, they are the OGGs. The Battletech universe. Again, I understand why they did what they did, but they caused a horrible mess. Horrible mess. Trying to find the proper focus for this thing is not fun. Basically, I'm using a web camera that can't really handle the amount of light that I have to put on this to actually have it being visible, so it kind of blows things out a bit, and that in turn makes things hard to see. But well, we have to live with that for now. It is what it is. We are looking into better equipment, but as I noted, better equipment is expensive. Unfortunately. This is actually turning into something. I'm surprised. I was unsure if it was going to turn into something. But it is actually slowly turning into something. What? I don't know. Hopefully a battle mech, but you can never really be sure in these trying times. Kind of interesting conversation some time ago with a person who was like, that they were robbed by the current situation because they robbed them of their joy for the hobby. It's like, yeah, I can see where you're coming from, but at the same time, we have to accept that most of us have been blissfully, not to say saved, but blissfully protected from the idea of a European war for a very, very long time. And I was like, that is what it is now. It's something that's happening. We can't have to react to it. But I think we still need to maintain a grasp on our hobbies, even if they are about war and such. Because you kind of need to have something to distract you. If you don't have that, life can become very, very dark very quick. So what I'm trying to do now is basically hit all the high-rise areas, and pretty really light would catch. As I said, I don't subscribe to the Games Workshop metal way of doing edge highlighting with this, which is highlight everything equally, because all highlights are not made equally. It's kind of cute, actually. This is a cute little mech. Still not sure what to do with it, but it's a cute mech nonetheless. Yeah. So that is what it is. Can't really do much about that. But yeah, always try to hit your highlights where you think that things will be catching light. Like the upper side of legs, top side of shin armors, things like that. And if you have a strong light from above, try to avoid highlighting the shadows that your light casts, because those things will probably be shadows in real life too. Maybe I should probably go the wrong way. But yeah, it's trying some of these things. You like, at some point you just develop a sense for it, or you do it by book, by numbers. Technically, you can do it in a paint by numbers style too, but it's a lot easier if you develop a sense for light and direction after a while. So, would you look at that? Such a cute little thing. Oh, get a lot. Let's see now what we can find. She digs into all these metals. By the way, if you're using Army Painter, do you have the problem where the metals tend to do it like this one does it? Yeah, like this. It pulls the paint up and out of the bottle. I don't know why it does that. It is a mystery wrapped in enigma. With a little bit of a... It's a mystery anyway. Yeah, so I like to paint my weapons metal, just regular metal. I actually tried non-metal metal on a mech once, but I could not make it look right. Again, I harp on this often, but the size of mechs tends to be my undoing from time to time. Is that also what? That's also a thing. Sometimes finding the guns on these mechs are interesting challenges in their own rights. Because they're not always logically placed. Atlases, for example, are brilliant in that regard. They have guns everywhere. On the front, on the back, on the top, on the bottom, on literally everything. That's like a McWarrior thing. They removed most of the backward firing weapons and put them on the front. Makes sense. Hard to fire reverse weapons in a game where you have to look forward and backward at the same time. I mean, I'm sure some people could do it. Do you have any rear-facing weapons? No rear-facing weapons, but I'm going to paint it. I don't know what this is, but I'm going to paint it silver. So yeah. That is... I shouldn't say it, because it's not entirely it. I think it has a cockpit somewhere also. And that one we are going to do by Phoenix Flames. Yeah. Oh god, I need to get my vortex mixer. Oh, I have to ask Santa about a vortex mixer. Not necessarily thinking way too long, but you know. Take a bit of that, then we're gonna mix it with some pure red, then we're gonna get some nice. We didn't because there was way too much red in the red. There, now it's coming along. Try to get a nice orange. I mean, I technically don't need to because I have like 3 oranges sitting on the table too, but I'm old school that way. In a lot of ways, I'm old school that way. I have no idea what it's actually a window. I'm going to decide that this is the window. This is now the window, whether it likes it or not. So you can dot in some yellow on the edges. Push this around a bit. Wet blending it a bit. Maybe even a little bit of red on the top here. And then some nice oranges. And then finally some more yellow. So yeah, that was surprisingly quick. I mean, I can do a lot more if I want to pick up panels and stuff, but it kind of works what it is. It's not a prime unit anyway. It's one of these, like, I got this whether I liked it or not because it was in the Command 2-pack. And I wanted the King Crab and the Highlander. And I got this, well, on the... whether I wanted it or not. So yeah, this is basically a best. Basically a test. And so far things seem to have worked pretty well. I'm going to watch through the stream, make sure the frame rate's kept up and the volume was nice. I'm also going to remember and talk towards the camera and not away from it because the microphone is at the same place as the camera. But yeah, a Mercury in the field dressing, so to speak. The active base camo without any particulars selected, because I seem to remember that the Star League Defense Force, when they went these classic ones, like if they went into a jungle, they picked green. If they went to the desert, yellow. They basically painted their vehicles in proper camo, unlike the Wolves Dragoons, who prefer to paint their black and red. In what is probably the least creative decision in the entire Battletech universe. Because the number of units that use black and red as their color scheme is staggering. Personally, I am a big fan of the Rasalhagian units, but most of them look like, well, bad. So, anyway, until next time, which will be sometime. I have not nailed down the schedule entirely. I think Tuesdays will be the streaming day. And then maybe Fridays or Saturdays will be the release day of the video. Most likely Saturdays. So that will be the running schedule going forward, I think. I'll try to... I know it's not Tuesday today. It's Monday today. So it will be another stream tomorrow. Proper stream. It's my sneaky peek test stream. So, welcome back tomorrow for the proper stream, where we'll be painting a slightly bigger mech. Yeah. Slightly bigger. I don't know if I have enough paint to paint that one, but we're painting this one tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, be kind, and do play fair. Bye.